Hey everybody, my name's Curtis, and today I'm going to be telling you why I think you should be feeding the birds in your backyard. Now, the first thing that comes to mind when I think of the benefits of backyard bird feeding is definitely the joy. I never get tired of seeing the same beautiful birds coming to my yard every day, all seasons of the year. And the other awesome thing about that is constantly get to see new types of birds. As the seasons change, you get migrating birds, you get nesting birds, you get fledglings in the spring. It's just such a remarkable thing, and it brings a lot of joy to me. There's something extra special about being able to observe nature from the comfort of your home. Now, whether you're just around the house doing chores or you need a break from your busy life, it's so easy to just step over to the window, look outside, and observe the beauty of nature right in your own backyard. There's truly nothing better than it. Taking a quick break from your busy life to watch the birds not only provides you with joy, but there's also some studies that suggest that it can increase your concentration. Whether you're doing repetitive tasks or you're, trying to get stuff done around the house, taking small breaks to enjoy watching the birds can actually boost your concentration and your productivity. Not only does bird watching provide me with joy, but it also provides me with inspiration. There's something about hearing birds sing after a storm or watching birds take care of their young that really inspires me to be a better person. And I think birds could teach a lot of us different lessons, and being able to do that from the comfort of your home is a major benefit. It's also really interesting observing bird behavior. It can change a lot from the day to day, and you can learn a lot about birds from watching them every single day. It's a very educating process, and it's also very humbling. Bird feeding can be something that is incredibly beneficial and important to people who don't get to get out of the house as often. There's various reasons why people don't get to leave the house. Sometimes it's health, and right now during the pandemic, it's not a lot of people are getting out. And birds have become more and more important in people's lives for this reason. Truly, over time, the birds that you feed in your yard slowly do become sort of like your pets, and they become really important. Seeing them every day can bring joy in people's lives that maybe don't have a lot of joy elsewhere. Now, one of the single most important reasons to feed the birds is to give back to nature. Now, if you didn't already know, we've lost billions of birds. 1 out of 4 species has vanished in the last 40 years, and the bird populations are declining every single year. Humans contribute to this in many different ways with the building of cities, development of land that is sensitive habitats, using bad fertilizers and pesticides on crops. There's different ways that we've impacted birds, but birds have been very good at learning how to live with us in cities. So having good backyard habitats and feeding the birds in these habitats, as well as planting native species, is incredibly important for maintaining healthy populations of birds in our society. Birds are really important for the ecosystem. They're really beautiful, and they bring so much joy to so many people's lives. So if the more people that feed the birds, the better chances the birds have at surviving, and the more birds we'll have for future generations. Now, there's a common misconception that birds get addicted to bird feeders or they won't be able to survive if the bird feeders go away, but this is incredibly false. Now, even at the worst of times, birds only eat a certain percentage of their food from bird feeders, and they typically just use bird feeders to supplement their diet. When bird feeders become really important is during sudden, unpredicted storms, large storm events where snow can cover all food, droughts, other things like that. And to be quite frank, if people weren't feeding birds in these situations, they would die and we would lose many, many, many more birds. So not only is bird feeding important for our happiness and to give back, but in many cases, bird feeding can prevent a lot of mass die-offs, which is very, very, very important. Now, bird feeding goes side by side with many different hobbies, whether it's photography, gardening, um, bird watching. All of these things tie into bird feeding, and being able to do it from the comfort of your home is probably the greatest benefit of it all. I just started photography, maybe 2 years ago, and I found in the wild it was really difficult to take pictures of birds, and being able to practice on the birds in my front yard has really boosted my photography skills and passion. And being able to watch the birds while practicing different hobbies honestly, one of my favorite things is being out in the summer in the yard, landscaping, cutting the lawn, and the birds just fly around you. They're jumping in the water, they're taking baths. It is just the greatest experience you could possibly imagine. And I just want to share that with all of you. So if you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends, and if you're interested on learning more about bird feeding, check out the channel for updates, because we're going to be doing regular updates for basic bird feeding things, the different types of feeders, different type of foods, identifying birds, all sorts of fun stuff. So like I said, like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and happy birding, everyone.